That is a Ferris wheel. Does it look like a Ferris wheel? That's a Ferris wheel. So this is a Ferris wheel and it spins. So you've been on a Ferris wheel, right? You get in a little chair and it rides around a vertical circle at some constant speed. So here's my Ferris wheel. It has a radius of 5.4 meters. It takes 42 seconds to make one complete revolution. That's T for the period. We use this letters for more than one thing. You got to have context, right? So that's the period, and the mass of the person is 74 kilograms. So the question is, what's the person's apparent weight at position A, B, and C? Okay, so let's just start off with A, right? So remember, apparent weight is the force of support. So if you're standing stationary on the ground, the apparent weight would be how hard the floor pushes up on you. That would be equal to your weight. And this is just a quick review, if you get in an elevator and the elevator is accelerating up, then the normal force has to increase greater than the gravitational force so that you accelerate up. And that's why you feel heavier, but you're not heavier. Mass and gravity don't change. So apparent weight in this case would be the normal force. That's a review. We talked about that before. Okay. So let's just draw a force diagram for a person sitting in a chair at A. So here is the person, like that. And what forces are acting on the person? Well, there's the long-range gravitational force, mg, and then the chair pushes up on the person, N. Now, and again, if the person was stationary, stuck at the top, then the acceleration of the person would be 0, and the normal force would be equal to the weight. And your apparent weight you'd feel normal. But you don't feel normal in these merry-go-rounds. Ferris wheel, it's not a merry-go-round. But merry-go-rounds are good problems too. Okay, so at A, is the person accelerating? Well, let's say the merry-go-round is moving with some angular velocity omega that way. Then at the top, they are indeed accelerating because they're moving in a circle. So there will be an acceleration. So let's pick our coordinate system. Let's say this is x, and that's y. And then I can write F net in the y direction is n minus mg equals, now which way is acceleration? In this case, acceleration is this way, towards the center of the circle, which is down. So that's going to be in the negative direction, negative mac. What do we want to solve for in this equation is n. Well, I'm going to solve for n. N equals mg minus mac. Okay. We do need to find the acceleration. So remember we have two ways to do this. I can say ac is v squared over r, or I can say it's omega squared times r. You're going to get the same thing either way. So I need to either find the velocity of the person, the magnitude of the velocity, or I need to find the angular velocity. So the angular velocity, omega, would be the change in angle over the change in time. So if you go all the way around, that's 2 pi radians, and then you have a time of 42 seconds. So that's going to be in radians per second. Now, if you want to find the velocity, you can say, well, how far did they go? They go all the way around the circle, 2 pi r, and that takes a time t. So when you go over here, you're going to get the same thing, because that r, when I square the velocity, cancels one of the r's, and you get the same thing. Okay, I'm going to use omega. So I get n equals, I'm going to factor this out. I have the mass of 74 kilograms times 9.8 minus this squared. So I'm just going to put it all 2 pi over 42. That's omega squared times r of 5.4. And let's calculate that. Okay, 74, enter, save that. 9.8, enter, save that. 2, enter, pi times 42 divided by. Now I'm going to square that whole thing. So I got that. Now I'm going to multiply by 5.4. And then I'm going to subtract from this. And then I'm going to multiply by that. And I get 716. Just as a check, mg is 74 times 9.8, 74, 9.8 times 725. So that's their actual weight. So here, the apparent weight is a little bit less, which makes sense. If you're on the top of a circular motion, you're going to feel a little bit lighter. When you go over a little hill, you feel a little bit lighter. That's what makes it fun, and you get to see cool things. I mean, and you're just sitting down. You're taking a little break. Okay, so that's A. Let's put it up here as 716 newtons. Now, let's go down to C. What is different at the location C? Well, we still have a normal force pushing up. We still have the gravitational force down. We still have this. The only difference is at the bottom down here, the acceleration is this way. So the only difference is this. That's the only difference. The acceleration is in the positive y direction. So this is going to be positive. That's going to be positive. And that's it. So we can just calculate it again. Let's do it. I should have got a value for omega. Let's get a value for omega. Omega is 2 times pi divided by 42. I get 0.15 radians per second. Okay. So over here I can put in all this stuff. I get, I'm just going to drop all that. Drop, drop, drop. 74, enter, 9.8, enter, 0.15 squared, 5.4 times, plus times. And I get 734 newtons. So over here, it's 734 newtons. That wasn't hard. Okay. Now, for the fun part. So the weight of the person is 725. At the top, they feel less than 725. At the bottom, they feel more than 725. In the middle, what do you think they would feel? The answer might surprise you. Let's just do it. Don't try to intuit your way out of this problem. Do what we've done before. Draw a force diagram and move on from there. Okay, so I don't need that. Let's just delete all this stuff. So here's my person at B, right there. Now I know I have a gravitational force mg. Now, the normal force, if you put, let's say, okay, I'm going to put my normal force up like that, and then I'm going to use my x and y direction, that's fine. But which way is acceleration? At this point, the acceleration is this way. And there's no force in the x direction. So the person wouldn't accelerate in the x direction. But the person has to accelerate in the x direction. So there's only one way to fix this problem. There has to be a component of the normal force both in the vertical direction, because they're not accelerating in the vertical direction now, and in the horizontal direction. So the normal force is not up. Okay. Those chairs swing, you know. Okay. So we can actually break this into, let's just do this a simple way. I'm going to call this in x, and I'm going to call this, let's do pink, in y. So I'm going to break that normal force into an x and y component. So let's start off with the vertical direction. So I'm going to say F net y is in y minus mg, and that's 0, right? They're moving at a constant speed, and the acceleration is this way. So there's no acceleration in the y direction. And so I get in y is going to be equal to mg. Now in the x direction, I can say F net in the x direction is going to be equal to negative nx the way I drew it. And that's going to be equal to mass, negative mass times acceleration. And that acceleration is centripetal acceleration. So the negatives cancel, and I get nx is going to be m omega squared r. So now I can calculate ny. I can calculate nx. Let's just get values for both those. I actually already have that one. Right, it's 725, mass times g, 725. Let's get this one right here. Okay, so I have the mass 74, I have the angular velocity 1.15 squared times 5.4 times, and I get 9. It's 8.99. Okay, so what's the apparent weight? Is it that or is it that? Well, it's not, right? It's this. So I actually have to find the magnitude of the total normal force. I know the x component, I know the y component, so I can use the Pythagorean theorem. So the magnitude of n, I'll even write it like this, is the square root of nx squared plus ny squared, right? A squared plus b squared is c squared. So I get the square root of 725 squared plus 9 squared. Calculator. Squared. I already had that 8.9. 8.9 squared. 725 squared plus square root. And then I get 725.1 newtons. And so it's very close to that value. But imagine that this was spinning a lot faster. Okay, that in x component right there. I'll put these backwards. Well, I wrote them backwards over there. This tiny acceleration force. No, I shouldn't have said that. That's not true. The normal force in the direction of x would be a lot larger, and then you'd make it much larger. But it has to be larger than the actual just weight, okay? Because part of the vertical component is your actual weight. So that's a fun problem. I like it a lot.